and welcome to Prime. The sex ratio in Punjab continues to be as skewed as ever, with researchers throwing up certain shocking facts on the implementation of PNDT Act in the state. In 2001, the sex ratio in Punjab was 798 females per 1,000 males. And the 2011 census has revealed that the ratio has now gone up to 848 females per 1,000 males. Obviously, these facts belie all claims of the Punjab government on having controlled the declining sex ratio in the state. Add to it the reports that around 1 lakh cases of medical termination of pregnancy are reported in Punjab every year, and of these 30,000 are girls. Indifference of the Punjab government, lack of political will and ignorance of the people are all the factors that contribute to this very serious situation. What needs to be done and should be done to perk up the declining sex ratio in Punjab is what we discuss in Prime today. And joining us in the studios for our discussion on this is Manmohan Sharma, who is the Executive Director of Voluntary Health Association of India, Dr. Reema Bhatia, who is an Associate Professor with the Sociology Department at Miranda House, Delhi, and has been working in the field of sex ratio for about 12 years, and Dr. Gurinder Kaur, Associate Professor at Punjabi University, and who has also worked in the field of sex ratio to her credit. Well, thank you all for being with us in the studios. Mr. Manmohan Sharma, if I begin with you, these figures which from 2001 to 2011 we've seen it's gone up a little bit. Do these figures really matter?
See, one thing is there, see, basically thing has got improved, but at the micro level, at the ground level, thing has not got changed. Because we don't have a mechanism to check or counter check any figure released at the state level. But we have checked at the ground level. That thing does not go, but the state level figure, whether the census, whether this Department of Family Welfare and this, even the WCD data, that does not basically encourages us.
Ma'am Bhatia, do you think is it just Punjab and Haryana? Of course, like he's saying, we don't know how far the figures are true, but there is a problem, yes. Do you think is it pertaining particularly to patriarchal societies more, or is it a pan-India problem?
See, to begin with, yes, of course, one could say it's associated with patriarchal societies, but what's also happening is that this phenomenon is increasingly spreading also to societies like Kerala, which some of parts of Kerala are matriarchal in nature, and there you have a sex ratio which is in favor of women. So definitely this phenomenon seems to be spreading all over India. So one cannot just isolate it to, let's say, just patriarchal societies in northern India. But yes, the problem is definitely worse in northern India as opposed to the rest of India. But it's, like they say, there's an northernization of southern India as well that's gradually happening. So that's something that we need to be very wary about.
So you feel it's the situation is not really looking any better?
I wouldn't say that
it's not just patriarchal societies, it's everywhere. It is an India problem now?
Yeah, it is an all India problem now, definitely. And but I wouldn't make a blanket statement like saying, the situation is not looking any better at all. I may agree with what Mr. Sharma is saying, and saying that the sex ratio is, the figures may not really portray the correct situation. But even at some level, even if I was to say that even a bit of the figures are right, at least there has been some improvement. But yes, I agree with him on that what's happening is at the ground level. If you were to carry out a qualitative study, micro level studies, they definitely do not reflect the kind of changes that that the sex ratio portrays. For instance, in Fatehgarh Sahib, you're talking about a rise of almost 77 points from 2001 to 2011,
yes.
Whereas 91 to 2001 there was a fall of 108 points, if memory serves me correct. So you see, it's a huge jump, and how it has happened, why it has happened, that is that is something that really needs to be investigated.
Maybe probably just to give the government those figures. I'll bring Dr. Gurinder in. Ma'am, you have been working on this, looking at Punjab particularly. What would you say? What is the ground reality there?
पंजाब के केस च इंप्रूवमेंट जरूर दिखी है, सारे जिवें सेंसस च सारे दिख रहे हैं, बट एक्चुअली दा जिवें डॉक्टर शर्मा ने कहा, मैम पाटिया ने कहा, है नहीं है, क्योंकि जिहड़ा एजुकेटेड ਤਬਕਾ ਵੀ ਹੈ ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਵੀ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਮੈਂ ਸਰਵੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ 2009 ਚ ਟੀਚਰਸ ਤੇ ਨਾਨ ਟੀਚਿੰਗ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੇਲ ਪ੍ਰੈਫਰੈਂਸ ਹੈ ਮੇਲ ਚਾਈਲਡ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਫਰੈਂਸ ਹੈ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੈ 52% ਟੀਚਰਸ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰਸ ਰੀਡਰਸ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਸਿਸਟੈਂਟ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸਰਸ ਲਾਓ ਸਭ ਦੇ ਚ ਲੜਕੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੈ ਲੜਕੀਆਂ ਘੱਟ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਨਾਨ ਟੀਚਿੰਗ ਸਟਾਫ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਡੈਜ਼ਿਗਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਰਾਈਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਉਦੋਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੈਕਸ ਰੇਸ਼ੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਡਿਟੀਰੀਓਰੇਟ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਪਲਾਨ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਚ ਸਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਸੋਚ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਇੱਕ ਲੜਕਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੇਸ਼ੱਕ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਲੜਕਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਪਰ ਲੜਕਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਲੜਕੀ ਜੇ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਲੜਕਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੂਜਾ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈਣਾ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਕੁ ਵੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਚ ਲੇਡੀ ਟੀਚਰਸ ਜਾਂ ਟੀਚਰਸ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਬੇਟਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦੂਜਾ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰੈਫਰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਿ ਦੂਜਾ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਪੈਦਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੇ ਈਵਨ ਕੁਝ ਸਰਵੇ ਹੋਇਆ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਚ ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਵੀ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ 37% ਲੇਡੀਜ਼ ਜਾਂ ਪੇਰੈਂਟਸ ਲੇਡੀਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਾ ਕਪਲਸ ਇਹ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਿਰਫ ਬੇਟਾ ਹੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਬੇਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਬੱਚਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਬੇਟਾ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਵੀਂ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਲੜਕੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚੋਂ 56% ਲੜਕੀਆਂ ਇਹ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਰਵੇ ਦੇ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗਲੀ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਉਹ ਲੜਕਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਦੂਜਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੈਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੇ ਕੁਛ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਕੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਦੇਖੋ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਸਹੁਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਛਾ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦੂਜਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਪੈਦਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਉਹ ਸਹੁਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਇੱਛਾ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੇ ਕੁਝ ਬੱਚੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਡਰੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ 20% ਲੜਕੀਆਂ ਇੰਨੀਆਂ ਡਰੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਡੋਮੈਸਟਿਕ ਵਾਇਲੈਂਸ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਡੋਰੀ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਹੈ ਸਾਡਾ ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਮਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਡਰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ
Okay. I mean, look at the situation here. I mean, you know, where you have a state, I don't know, again, we're particularly looking at Punjab and Haryana particularly, where the new generation also doesn't want to change.
You see, just reacting to what Gurinderji was just saying, if you were to look at studies that have been carried out, she's talking about Punjab in particular, all India studies, you know, what happens is an increase in literacy does not reflect on the sex ratio. An increase in literacy up to a graduate level, I mean, it doesn't positively affect the sex ratio. It's only post-graduation and beyond that it starts reflecting positively in favor of the girl child as far as the sex ratio is concerned. And there are lots of studies on this that are available all India. So that's one. Second, so you know, if the government is just saying that just an increase in literacy rates, you know, because in Punjab the female literacy rate is very good. It's above 70% in all districts, more or less. So you see
literacy rate ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਦਾ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਐਸੋਸੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ
That's exactly what I'm saying.
ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕੇਰਲਾ ਦੀ ਲਿਟਰੇਸੀ ਰੇਟ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਹਾਈਐਸਟ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ 2001 ਚ ਸੈਕਸ ਰੇਸ਼ੋ ਜਿਹੜੀ 0 to 6 ਹੈ ਉਹ ਚ ਡਿਕਲਾਈਨ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੈਟਰੀਚਲ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਮੈਟਰੀਚਲ ਹੈ ਉਹਦਾ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਬਹੁਤਾ ਫਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੇਘਾਲਿਆ ਸਟੇਟ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਇੱਕ ਸਟੇਟ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਲੇ ਵੀ
Why has literacy got nothing to do with it, Mr. Manu?
If you find last year data from 2001 to 2011, you'll find most sex ratio, skewed ratio was the women of family who are graduate, 12 to BS. So it has nothing to do because of literacy and education it does not give you the values, it does not give you this thing. So one thing it has nothing to do with it.
All right.
So illiterates have a better sex ratio than the literates. If you were to look at the census figures, and so it's not about literacy; it's more about education. There's a huge amount of
when we are talking about education, with education we talk about awareness. That if you have more,
so what is education with literacy? There's a huge amount of difference.
Let's not mix up the two. But at least the educated person is aware. So what awareness got to do with
all kinds of facilities?
No. See, even if you go the textbook of our primary school and higher than that, all kind of stereotype of women and girl child are there. You will always find the textbook, the girl in the kitchen and boy is playing in the ground. So all kind of through this kind of education, all kind of stereotype are being transmitted.
ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਲਿਟਰੇਸੀ ਬੇਸ਼ੱਕ ਹਾਈ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਈਵਨ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਸੀਗੀ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹਸਬੈਂਡ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਵਾਈਫ ਉਹਦੀ ਇੰਜੀਨੀਅਰ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਜੌਬ ਕਰ ਲਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ 85,000 ਪਰ ਮੰਥ ਵਾਲੀ ਜੌਬ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੀ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਉਹਦਾ ਹਸਬੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਜੌਬ ਕਰੇ, ਈਵਨ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਨਾ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਪਸ ਚ ਲੜਾਈ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਰਹੀ, ਇੱਕ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਟੁਕੜੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਫ੍ਰਿਜ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਚ ਨਾ ਡੋਰੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਨਾ ਹੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਮਾਈਂਡਸੈਟ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਬੇਸ਼ੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਐਜੂਕੇਟਡ ਹੋਈ, ਜਿੰਨੀ ਮਰਜੀ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ, ਈਵਨ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੇਰਲਾ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਮੈਂ ਹਜੇ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਹਫਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਪੜ੍ਹੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਲੜਕੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਨੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਡੋਰੀ ਦੇਣੀ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ। Kerala ਦੀ study hai na?
Doctor, yeah, that's fine. So what would you say would actually change your mindset?
I would say a sustained campaign, a sustained information, education, communication kind of a campaign that would gradually bring about a change. So that I think is one factor that would bring about a change. And you know, if you were to look at the present sex ratio figures, at least to my mind, what's also happening is since 2005, ever since you're talking about the NRHM, that's the National Rural Health Mission, what's also happened is you're also talking about, you know, registration of pregnancies, you're also talking about institutional deliveries. So all in all, what's happening is, as far as the surveillance over women is concerned, that seems to have gone up. So that I haven't really carried out any study to
when you talk
substantiate
about a
this,
campaign, which is good, I mean, of course we need to do something. So when the government has said that PNDT are going to, they're not going to tell you what the sex of the fetus is, but we still have so many cases,
They do tell you in different ways, red ink or blue ink.
In today's context, technology has surfaced all the acts which exist today. Just on Sunday, you have an ad in the paper. Now you get 3,27,000 ultrasound in the size of mobile.
Absolutely. So where do you monitor?
So how do you monitor? That is my first question, Hanji. How do you monitor? How do you put a ban to?
What's also happening is, I think it's also happening in Punjab, but in Delhi I can tell you for sure, they're talking about developing a software. They're in the process of they're going to implement it pretty soon, I think. Developing a software in which the moment a woman is registered, you start tracking her.
Okay.
So you know, all her details come live, and the discussion becomes so ridiculous. They say, what happens if a person genuinely needs an ultrasound? They said, no designated center, so you have to go there. And the discussion said, okay, what happens if the person is bedridden, can't move? Okay, then we'll see what we can do. Probably we can get a van and it can come and stand outside your house, and you have to carry the patient on a stretcher to the ultrasound machine. So you see, it's bordering on the ridiculous where you're talking about monitoring the women. And what about her gender rights? What about her own personal space?
लड़कियों को सिक्योर ते सेफ एनवायरनमेंट देना चाहिए। जब तक लड़कियों को सेफ ते सिक्योर एनवायरनमेंट नहीं मिलता, इवन मतलब बेशक वाइफ है या माँ है या बेटी है या बहन है, हर एक में सेफ एंड सिक्योर एनवायरनमेंट मिलना चाहिए। कुछ लोग इसलिए बेटी पैदा करने तो डरते हैं कि उन्हें सेफ एनवायरनमेंट नहीं मिलता। ईवन तुसी आज दिल्ली च भी कितने सारे प्लेसेस हैं जो आइडेंटिफाई किए जाते हैं, 100 प्लेसेस हैं जिथे इस टाइम तो इस टाइम तक विमेन बाहर नहीं निकल सकती है ना। तो उस एनवायरनमेंट च लोग ये सोचते हैं कि जे कल बेटी हुई तो इदा होया है ना। और जिन्ने भी केसेस होंगे हैं वो साडी कन्विक्शन रेट बहुत लो है। बेशक वो रेप केस है, बेशक वो डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस है।
To break, let me
see, basically what ma'am is saying, it is societal value. It will take time. So you have
we can't keep waiting. It's
you have the act for dowry, you have the act for rape, you have the act for violence.
Yes.
You have the